Well, I'm concerned about porn addiction, and I think it's infecting relationships. I think I'm worried that the world's going to forget how to make love. I'm calling for a sensual revolution. I think the sexual revolution just gave us a lot of really bad sex. And I think it gave us a lot of freedom, but it also kind of is at a point now where it seems to be a dark turn. There's a lot of access. I have two teenage boys, and I just want us to take stock of ourselves and kind of think about, just have a little bit of a timeout, press reset, how much of this is really affecting our lives. And we're not talking about a dictatorship, we're not talking about government getting involved, just about ourselves and just remembering what sensuality is and what intimacy is. And, that's the best kind of sex, so.
But what's this dark turn? I mean, what is it that you think is happening to teenage boys and other people, anyone who's consuming it?
Grown men too. When you have a woman lying in bed in lingerie and you're locked in the bathroom looking at the computer, something's wrong. So there's so much access, and I'm worried about that for young people too. That I know I should probably disqualify myself in this conversation because I'm a Playboy playmate. I had a tape stolen from my house and sold, and all over the world that we had nothing to do with. But people need more and more to get aroused, I feel like, and I think it's leading towards violence against women, rape, child abuse. I really think it has something to do with that, and I think that we really have to start just thinking about what we're doing as people, how we're imprinting ourselves, what we're watching, what we're doing, what we're eating, what we're wearing. It all builds our character, and it's really important to just have the conversation.
Rabbi, what is it you want to do? Because the genie's out of the bottle now. I mean, you can't stop the porn industry, can you?
No, on the contrary, because we're not trying to impose anything from above. We're trying to get people to express what they really want. People want two things: passion and intimacy. They want relationships that are both hot and heavy, but also create closeness and a sense of removing aloneness. Now, anyone who's watching the presidential election in the United States can't help but be disgusted by the accusations of this candidate, this former president. But these people, it's not just political, they're marinating in a culture that degrades women, where women are portrayed as the means to the male libidinous end.
I mean, Pamela, you raised it. You were a Playboy model, and you've been a glamour model for many years. What is the difference between what you've done and what it is that you're worried about?
Well, I think that's what we have to ask ourselves. Where does titillation and voyeurism and healthy, sexy is healthy. To be sexy is healthy, and we have to figure out where we draw the line, within ourselves. I don't think Playboy was pornographic. I really think it was. I had a great experience with Playboy, and the Playboy lifestyle was a lot of fun. It's bittersweet that it's ended, and I know it seems funny that I'm, been on the last cover of Playboy, but that I'm also have these concerns.
Now, Rabbi Shmuley raised the tone, the sexual tone of what's going on in the U.S. election at the moment. Now, you've written a very powerful piece on your blog, really, I guess, talking about Donald Trump and those revelations recently. I mean, you found it disgusting.
I did, and I have never been a fan because I kind of knew that this was probably going to come because, and it's not okay. It's not okay to validate that in any way. So to have that person be the president of the United States is going to send a really poor message to children, to men everywhere that are looking for, role models, and it can't be swept under the rug. So I really do hope. It is a complicated situation, the elections, and it seems kind of like a reality TV show. And you don't even want your kids to watch TV right now because you don't want to see this on TV.
But it transcends partisanship because you have Trump, you have Bill Clinton, you have all of this
Bill Clinton's
that came. True.
But Pamela, you must have met Trump. I mean, you've been photographed with him at public things.
I think it was like a birthday party. I think I was hired to be at an appearance where he was.
Did your experience of him and the way he approached you tally with what we heard in that tape? I mean, did you find him leery or
Well, I took a picture with him and his wife.
Sexually thhrreatening in any way? Or?
I was with his wife, taking a picture, or girlfriend at the time. I'm not quite sure, but it was a long time ago. But I didn't even think of it. Again, there's a lot of men that I run across. You kind of have that feeling maybe a little bit when you're taking a picture with them that maybe some are more lecherous than others, but you get out of that situation pretty quick. You're just there for a picture.
Did you get that feeling with him?
No, not that I remember. But I just.
It's just that you said you felt this was coming.
Well, I've heard stories. Like everybody else has, he's been calling, Muslims and he's been degrading so many different people, not just women. And, just saying strange things even about, just girls in general. I just, This isn't a big.
Well,
it's not like a
defense,
big crazy thing that just happened. I mean, obviously, there's been a lot of issues the way he talks about people in general.
The defense that it's locker room banter. I mean, that's the issue. It's the defense says this is our culture. And there's a whole debate going on in the United States right now as to whether that's true. Whether
you think he's wrong in that, even though you're a supporter of his, aren't you?
I mean, I'm what?
You're a supporter of his, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
No, I thought you were. Sorry.
No, I appreciate that he's a strong supporter of Israel. I'm Jewish. But no, I've condemned his comments. They are deplorable. They're disgusting. They're vile. You can't speak that way about women, and you can't speak that way about minorities. The most powerful thing in our conversations, me and Pamela, is when she says to me that so many women want to be treated like sex symbols, like Pamela is an international sex symbol, but actually, in relationships, that means you get treated very poorly, very badly. And a lot of women are suffering through that. And if you have someone like Pamela Anderson saying that, if you have someone like Pamela Anderson saying, I'm in a relationship where men can ignore me physically, erotically, sexually, because men are kind of addicted to vast quantity, wow, that's a real problem. And we have to start having that conversation. Trump is the tip of the iceberg. His comments have to be condemned utterly. But the rest of us have to do a little bit of soul searching as well.
Thank you both very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.